I want to. This is what I'm always saying. I want to see deadlock, even though I'm not. I don't think we will see a deadlock, because both of these teams seem to stick to what is currently very much in the meta with Raze on Neon is a breach usually, but that doesn't seem to be a breach this time. Instead, we will have two geckos and then a breach and a Sova for Blindspot and Fruit Bowl respectively. And so it's.
I mean, honestly, these kind of remind me of ranked comps, you know? I don't really see Gecko being picked much on Sunset outside of a ranked. You know, I can't really name one specific team that runs Gecko in VCT nor VEC, you know? Yeah, like, but, I mean, I like these comps, you know? Raze is quite a good, strong pick on Sunset, especially for Fruit Bowl here. And you know, that might just be the wrench that they're trying to throw in the works of Blindspot. You know, maybe Blindspot aren't expecting this, and I'm excited to see what that Raze can do.
I agree, but what I'm really looking forward to for the side of Blindspot is how they're going to deal with that B main Cypher trip, because all they have to clear it out is that breach aftershock. And once the aftershock comes out, it's very easy for Cypher to just pull the trip back and place it back in time. And on the other side, you have a Raze net, and you have and you have these Silver Shocks. You have an Omen that can TP you through. I mean, that's for both sides. But for them specifically, it makes more sense because the rest of the team can just follow up after Shock Dart breaks the trip or something similar. But we will see how both the teams play this out, because Blindspot is starting on defense, and so this is not going to be the main problem in this game, unless this gets close, and I hope it will.
Yeah. I mean, I would love a close game.
Who doesn't love a close game? And it looks like Fruit Bowl is going to start this out with some more presence towards B main. We will see how this pans out, because Glass is going towards A. This is going to be just a default. They're trying to poke apart the map, maybe break the Cypher trip in mid. And it doesn't seem like we will get much of an early round fight here.
Yeah, I mean, we see most people on Blindspot there, like over on A, and you only see really one player from Fruit Bowl over there.
And Sinks just missed the Cypher trip in top mid. He shot the dart, but he didn't hit the wall properly. And now Cypher could just pull back this trip, puts it back, and he does. They're still going to run into it. Triggers it. Lemon gets taken out by David. Can he hold the side though? Oh, the support comes in. Volks finds 2. Now down to the 2 versus 4. However, Volks and David are very low. Both might be one shot to a classic here. And Kuro might find Glass, and he does. 1v4 scenario now for Tarnished.
Yeah, he's all alone.
But he might be able to isolate Kuro. If you can isolate Kuro, A side is just free.
Kuro does not quite know where Tarnished is, and that sound is gonna give that away.
And Tarnished is shifting back towards this B side, maybe. Thinks better of it now. But by Nazi, he's walking up into this, towards top mid. He thinks Tarnished might be heading into it. But no, he's knife out walking into Kuro, whiffs every single shot. Dodges the stun by Neon, still gets stunned by Nazi. And Blindspot close out the pistol. What a nice round, what a nice B-side hold.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a great round, and especially near the end, you know? I mean, I think Blindspot, they just held that down very well, especially with the way David just removed the trip and then just put it back, you know? That definitely caught Fruit Bowl off guard, and they had no idea, they had no response to that.
Yeah. But I feel like that was kind of messed up by Sinks. He should have just went close to the trip and then shocked out it from there, so he could not take it back. And this is just very, very fast. No chance to survive against the judge here for Fruit Bowl. And Kuro closes out with 3. Flawless round by the defenders on the full buy, very quick until it was over, and they have a lot of money. They can lose this round, they can probably lose the next round as well, and they might still be able to full buy. But this is where Fruitball has to make their first round with rifles really pay out. If they don't, they'll be thrown back possibly into a score for Blindspot here.
Yeah, and we see David on B again. You know, this can be extremely dangerous for the side of Fruitball. But this time they do manage to clear out that trip.
No, it's still there.
It is that they replace it.
And now the shotgun comes close. Execute about to come out. Works gets found, and David has to back off. And spammed out by Tarnished. 5 versus 3 now on the retake. Glass finds Shiki, and now it's a 2 versus 5. Very hard to retake with 4 people towards main. Possibly 5, since Glass is going back as well. I feel like Blindspot just want to die to Spike at this point. There's really no value in trying to give Fruitball more ult ops here. And it looks like they will. They know they don't have time. Oh, and HeroClim has to be careful. Tarnished takes out by Nazi. And Kuro, no chance to get any more kills on the board for Blindspot. And Tarnished does the Spike. Damn.
I mean, they kind of went blow for blow there, you know, flawless for flawless. And, you know, you like to see that, you know, first Blindspot, flawless, Fruitball, and then they just said, you know what, we'll do that too. And Fruitball, they flawless Blindspot back, and that's their first round on the board. And to be honest, that was an impressive first round win to get. Let's see if they can keep up that pace.
Yeah, they have to replicate it against full rifles. And the Sovershock doesn't find the trip top mid again. He just misses both of them. And Kura and Shiki are very close. Glass expects them though. Or does he? He knows there's a chance, but I don't think he actually expects them. Kura slipped the net. Finds him, and they just back off. 5 versus 4 now. Fruitball are going to go into mid here, but Nazi doesn't take the stun out. Blood's coming in. Trade's going down in top mid, but Nazi finds 2 more. 3 versus 2 now for Blindspot. No spam connects for Fruitball. And they get the info that this is going to be heading into market. Nobody's holding it. David is already in Boba, close to side. They're ready to flood back in as soon as they hear the spike tap. Oh, but this could be so big by HeroClim if nobody checks him, but David does. And now it's a 1v3 for Tarnished. He was good last round, clean shots connected, wrapping around the pillar. Spike planted for him, Wingman on it, taken out. Spike tap, Tarnished has to go on this, and Shiki takes him out. 3 rounds on the board for Blindspot.
I mean, that's just unfortunate, you know. They just lost control of that round very quickly. And Blindspot, they just took advantage of that and took the round win for themselves.
Yeah, the proactiveness is in that main area was very important for them to win that round. And I would expect something similar for this next one, although Fruitball can't full by only a sheriff for the side of Glass. Full by coming out for Blindspot. Neon Node will be invested here. Kuro didn't even buy a rifle for this round, and he looks like he's just going to get aggressive in mid. Hasn't popped his ult yet. Now coming through. He goes to the wrong side. Nobody is there. Glass finds him. And now he has to go quick. He only has half of his ult left. Can he get close enough in time? No, he thinks someone is in the smoke. He will not get close enough, and he will just play the rest of the round with a classic. And Fruitball have A-side control now. This will be a very difficult retake for Blindspot, especially with their weapon disadvantage. Glass not spotted, Shiki finds Sings, Glass gets taken out by Vorix. 5 versus 3 now, and Tarnished honed in on the angle. Stun coming out. Trade's going down. 3 versus 2 now. Hero Climb finds 2. Showstopper now invested. Finds 1. Gets traded immediately. Diffuse able to come through. And now 4 on the board for Blindspot. What a nice retake for the defender side. I didn't expect that, if I'm totally honest.
Last player standing. Gotta go.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, I think Fruit Bowl, they're just letting these rounds slip a little too easily.
Yeah, they really are, especially with that Gecko Dizzy coming through there on the flank. It didn't go through the window, meaning it did not spot anyone, and that would have been such a big advantage for Fruit Bowl. And both of them just got taken out in their 1v1s. What a fumble aggression now coming in B main, and Kira Mo's down too. Another 5 versus 3 situation for these attackers. They might want to try and fight back into this, but they're deciding for the bets. Kuro gets a little bit over aggressive.
And he's punished for that. And Glass, he just peeks into 2 people there on mid.
One enemy remaining.
What a nice hello, and now it stinks. Left in this 1 versus 3. Goes to the wrong direction after he got Gecko blinded. Easy to clean up for Shiki. And if I'm honest, I'm expecting a timeout to come through very soon, because it doesn't seem like Fruit Bowl really have a grip into this map.
One enemy remaining.
Blindspot,
Yeah,
they
I
can
mean-
just do whatever they want and it works.
Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a timeout either next round or just in the upcoming rounds, you know? They've been letting rounds slip very, very easily. This is their 3rd round in a row that they've lost already. And, you know, Blindspot, they don't look to be slowing down at all.
This time no Cypher Trip for that B-main choke from David. There
Yeah,
might be some utility invested to try and break it if they don't check it, but I think they realize that it's not there, or at least they will now. Silverdrone checks it, finds the other trip, however. Gets taken out by it. And now Thrash coming through. Side is just getting cleared out for Blindspot. Very deep trip towards backside. Side taken now. 5 versus 5 retake. David and Banazi on a very interesting angle towards Boba, and Hero Clip is just going to pick into them. Gets out safely somehow. Down to half his life. And now Blindspot, they have to fire it into 5 people spamming from B main. This is so difficult, especially with that operator from Kuro. Spam's coming through, not connecting from either side. No chance for a retake. Shiki finds one with the mosh pit. Tarnish finds Kuro on the entry. And what a hold! Sinks finds 3 on that B main spam. Or at least on the flood into B main. And this is just very well played by Fruit Bowl. They played their win conditions to perfection, clearing up that side with the Thrash, and then just playing the 5-man spam, which is just so overpowered on this current Lotus. Can't wait for it to change soon, honestly.
Yeah.
Might get a little more interesting when we have a B main that isn't that spammable anymore. But they aren't looking to do the same thing again. Seems like they're trying to go into A, and they're expecting this aggression. Kuro can't go too deep. Gets spotted, gets taken out by Sinks. And now Shiki is so close. Really no way for him to fight this. But he's staying. He might be overstaying his welcome here. Aftershock coming through. And Shiki is going wide again. Oh, Hero Clim on 1 HP survives just about. 2 HP, my bad. And B main is just open. They can commit here. But David has made the read. He's already close. He's getting into backside. He's trying to play for the hold. Spots 2 coming out of main. Lemon gets on taking out the dart. No spam connecting onto Sinks. And the plant will just get down unless David has something to say about it here. Dropped on, not hurt. Taken out. Swings it to 3 people. 3 versus 4 now. Nazi finds one off of the breach. All 2 people in main. Sinks taken out on side. 3 versus 2 now for the attackers, and they have to fight back into this. Danish finds one, doesn't find another. Wingman is sticking it, and Shiki closes out the round again.
I mean, I don't understand what went wrong there. You know, Fruit Bowl, it looked like it was their advantage for most of that, and then they just lost their grip somehow.
Yeah, it looks like they just lost their control. I mean, David perfectly slipping into backside, catching Lemon completely off guard. He probably expected him to still be around top mid, or at least in Boba. Not on side yet. And off of that pick, they were just able to perfectly work their way back into the round with the rolling thunder from Nazi. And it looks like Blindspot want to get aggressive in their main again, even though it didn't work last time. And Fruitball are playing this slow. Very slow. Walk into A. Spots out David. Hunter's Fury coming through. Doesn't find him. Doesn't find anything, in fact. Just a wasted Silver ultimate. And the execute might be able to come through. Kuro on the flank. Finds the Cypher. Double trades on B side. 5 versus 2 now. No chance for Fruitball. And once again, blink and you miss it. The round was just over. As soon as Fruitball touched, even close into this B main, the aggression came out of A. Kuro connects onto glass, and absolutely no chance for the remaining B main players to even have a saying in this round. 7-2 now, and this might just be a very, very dominant defensive side for Blindspot.
Yeah. 7-2 already in defense, and they're going to be looking to make this 10-2. This time, David has switched up the sights, and honestly, a very, very good read there.
This will not get dismissed with the cam now. David alone on site. He needs to go nuclear here. He can't just die to the flood, but Heroclim is ahead of it. Might be going out. David gets jizzed. And Heroclim finds the trade. It's on top side. Works fights back into it. Kuro finds 2. Wingman, no chance to plant. And Glass in mid. Can only find 1 with the Sheriff. 8-2 now. For Blindspot. And I mean, yeah, it was an eco, but I feel like Fruitball had more of a chance to get some more damage into this round, but they just didn't.
Yeah, for sure.
And now Fruitball needs these last 2 rounds to even stay remotely in this map. This can't end 10-2 for the side of Blindspot if Fruitball really wants another chance at this. And they're just sitting remain. They waited out the Gecko Dizzy, but Kuro is he still on the angle? He knows they're not going to push through with this. And Fruitball, they're looking at some opportunities in mid. Now going back into A for Lemon, and this could be super dangerous. He's going to run into the stack of Kuro and Nazi, but Kuro leaves. And now it's just Nazi on the info angle, and all of Fruitball are going back into him. One way now, back out. Spray down, finds 2. Zinxie low as well, 42 HP. And Fruitball are going back. Possibly into David. They can still clear out this trip, but David, he was so good on the side earlier. Cam coming out. Will spot glass, doesn't see anything behind it, takes back the trip once again. Now put back, timing found by glass, takes
30
this
seconds left.
side, Vork spotted in market. Oh, spam connects onto sinks, 1 versus 3 now for Tarnished. And there really isn't much of a chance here, double swing. Bots 1, Kuro trades it, no chance for Fruitbow.
30 seconds.
What a round once again.
One enemy remaining.
And Fruitbow.
I mean, lots of things going wrong for Fruitball. I mean, they're giving up a lot of space, I've noticed. They're just playing very laid back and just sitting in the back of the map, honestly. They're just not taking much space, not much map control. And the Blindspot, they're just saying thank you, and they're taking that map control, and it's paying off for them.
I agree, and when Fruitbow is actually trying to take map control, they're super lazy about it. They just walked through that omen one way, allowing Sinks to find two. David with a node, and in main still has a chip. And Fruitball trying to go the other way, but there's two people. Vork somehow gets out. Unscathed, 4 versus 2 now, and all of the defense are super close to this. Aftershock coming through, forcing them into the thrash. Two people detained. Heroclim alone, and David finds 4.
What a half, and what a play from David there at the end.
Absolute domination by Blindspot. Everything was on point. Their aggression, their util, even their aim. And we are going to head into a very short halftime break after this replay here. And we will see you after the break to see if Blindspot can continue with their domination.
If you try
And we are back. Absolute domination by Blindspot on this first half. And it seems like with the momentum that they're having, I don't think they're going to slow down on their attack side. And
Yeah, I
it
mean,
looks,
personally,
yeah.
I think they're just gonna keep popping off here with their plays. You know, they just keep punishing Fruit Bowl for not taking space, not taking map control, and it's gonna come back to bite Fruit Bowl. And I mean, it already has. You know, 10-2. That's a pretty bad scoreline for half one. And Kuro pushing out, finding Tarnish, but is going to be caught by Glass.
Nice shot
Works there to
connected
trade
there
him out.
on
Yeah.
the sliding Neon. And Fruitball have to fight all the way into B side. And even top mid is contested. They might not even have enough time when they make it to Spike. Shiki now about to get challenged by 3 people, by Nazi there to help him. Things can isolate. Hero Klim collides as well. 2 versus 2 now. Both of Fruitball are kind of low though. And Works and David are just sticking together. Dart does not find anything. They're swinging. David takes out Hero Klim. 1 versus 2 now for Sinks, and he was good for one earlier this round, but he needs to check the time. I don't think he has time for this. Gets hurt! No chance. Round closed out 11-2 after the pistol for Blindspot.
Player standing.
And I feel like Fruitball have to force. If they want any
at this scoreline, 11-2, I would be forcing this.
Doesn't seem like they do though. Oh no. Are they? Aries
I don't
coming
know. I
out.
think they're discussing it.
I think they're
Yeah,
discussing
no,
the exact buy.
they are forcing this. They are forcing this.
Yep, 3 Stingers, the Sheriff, and an Aries coming through here for Fruit Bowl. So,
For
not
once,
that
Blindspot
huge
aren't aggressive
weapon
too
advantage for
much.
Blindspot. Early fights coming out towards B main. And it's taken. But the rest of Blindspot, they are towards A. And I feel like Kuro just got hurt running away. So now it's just David. And Fruitball are also leaving. But David hears all of these steps. Might call back his teammates, but he isn't. They know that's only Glass on A side. Absolutely no chance at survival. How does he find one? How is he still alive? Glass just ducking and weaving around this back side. Taken out finally by Shiki. Another 2 versus 2.
One enemy
Hero Klim and David with the trades. And Sinks converts the force buy for the side of Fruit Bowl. Finally a sign of life.
Finally a sign of life, yeah, but that is still going to hurt for the side of Fruit Bowl. You know, they lost too many numbers there.
player standing.
And with
One
that force
enemy
buy, they
remaining.
spent most of their money. So some players here, they're still going to be on very, very tight funds. And they're still going to need to try their hardest in this next round to try and get some sort of money in their pocket.
Yep. And we seem to get another early B main brawl. Lemon taking out Kuro, but the aggression isn't over yet. Lemon just stuck behind the box here. Blindspot looking to make it. And now it's Shiki in a 1 versus 2. Tarnished on half HP. And it looks like the Gecko Fruit Bowl is going back into A side. Where the Cypher setup is. Here's the door closed. Knows nobody is out towards mid. Probably now expects both market. Is he just wrapping this? Is he just going aggressive into them? No. It's going A. Smart play, especially since he has to thrash for a post-plan scenario already online. And Wingman should just plan soon. He thinks Glass is on site, but he isn't. Cam taken out. Tagged him earlier though. And Trip is still there. Let's hope it doesn't bite him in the ass. Both of Fruit Bowl are coming from this mid connector. And Shiki has made the read. He might be wrapping, but no, he's just holding. And this is so unexpected if you're blind spot. You just checked that angle. There's no way he would come back from there. But how do you play this if Shiki time's running low already? For blind spot. Thrash now coming through. Diffuse. Completely delayed. Shiki is going into the smokes, finds both! What a clutch! And Blindspot get to match point.
Very, very well played there, Mishiki. I mean, it was a great spot to just tuck into and then just thrash from, you know. I didn't even realize he had the thrash, and I don't think, I honestly don't think Fruit Bowl did either, and it proved to be fatal, you know. Tarnished being caught by that thrash, it allowed Glass to just run in and try and get that defuse, but Shiki, he knows both players are there. He's allowed to push into that smoke. And B site is completely open here for Blindspot, just for the taking.
Yeah, not even Cypher Cam for info, but they know that this is going to be B. And Blindspot are going to push up, play this very aggressively.
Take flight.
Or at least works this. I don't think they know him. They might not expect him this close. Oh, they heard him. Sinks trades it out. What nice awareness to trade out the Dizzy there. Flag from David might become very, very big. Shiki pushes backside, finds 3
Attackers win.
to close out the first map for Blindspot. What a dominant first map of Sunset that we had here.